Welcome to the Health Zone. My name is Dr. Toju Chikiobi, but everybody calls me Dr. Toju. We have a wonderful episode lined up for you today. We will be talking about stress management. Now, you know that in Africa, no matter how you look at it, life is always stressful anyway. But given what we're going through in Nigeria right now, there is so much stress. It is critical that you don't leave and you watch this show. Do you realize that stress damages your health, your physical and mental health, by the way? It damages your relationship and even your quality of life. So this is not a show that you want to miss. Please stay with us. Let's learn how we can manage stress better. On today's episode, we will be talking about stress management, and we are so lucky we have two special guests with us today. Our first guest is Dr. Chika Nya-Etok. Dr. Chika is actually a return guest for us, so we're really thrilled to have her. She used to be the country medical advisor for Unilever Nigeria, and currently she's the principal for Health-Wise Concepts in Nigeria. Her passion is the dissemination of health information to the general public in order to empower them for behavior change, for health promotion and disease prevention. So we're really thrilled to have her talk with us here today on stress management. Dr. Chika, welcome again to the Health Zone. Great to have you back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Our next guest is new to the Health Zone. She is Mrs. Nikki Essen. Mrs. Essen is a mental health professional with her areas of specialty being therapy, counseling, case management, and advocacy. She currently provides social and human services for Tabitha Medical Center in Abuja, Nigeria, where she also runs support groups for women, adolescents, and children. So this whole area of stress management is her thing, and we're really lucky to have her here in the studio with us. Mrs. Nikki Essen, welcome to the Health Zone.
Thank you, Dr. Tojo. I'm happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you here too. So, as is our usual custom here on the Health Zone, we will go out to the man and woman on the street to find out what they know about stress management. And I know we will get an earful. We're going to have so many things told to us about stress and how they manage it. So, join us. Let's go watch the video.
Today we'll be talking to the man in the street. So what causes stress for you?
Lack of rest. More like workload, I guess.
How does your body feel when you're stressed?
My body will weak.
Will you be weak?
I feel lazy.
When you're stressed, what do you do?
As they say, there's no food for a lazy man. You just have to get up.
I can lock up and find a way to relax, like 30 minutes or 1 hour.
It's best thing I do is just go and have a good bath and go to sleep. You see, sometimes it's good for you to be conscious of yourself. Because I do what I have to do. Early morning exercise, have a good breakfast, nourishing breakfast, a lot of drinking of water, and resting, because I go to bed early. Then about midnight I'll wake up and watch program. That my body is well relaxed.
So Dr. Chika, let's set the table straight. What is stress?
Okay, so whenever we feel threatened, or we have events that demand a lot from us or shake us up a bit, the normal response, physical response that our body produces is what stress is. And for the normal person, usually when you feel threatened like that or you have a very demanding event, your body quickly enters into a fight or flight response, as we call it. So it sort of prepares you to either fight that threat or fly away from the stress. Yes. So you find that a lot of things in your body begin to work differently. For instance, your heart starts to beat faster. You find that you have a lot of stamina and energy, and you find that things that don't need that response, like your immune response or your digestion, they just shut down temporarily until that threat is over. And when the threat is over, everything returns back to normal.
Okay. So stress is a natural response.
It's a natural, normal physical response.
Okay. Now, are there other ways that we respond to stress?
Yes. What I just described for you is what we call mobilization. There are two other ways that people could respond to stress. One is social interaction, social engagement, and the other one is immobilization. The social engagement is actually the more profitable and useful way for us to respond. You maintain eye contact and you relax. All your systems work normally. None shuts down and none is in overdrive.
Yes.
So that's the best way. But there's also immobilization, which is the worst way. Everything can just shut down and you find that you can't move. Some people in extreme situations will even pass out.
So it's almost as if you're overwhelmed by whatever that
if you're
situation
overwhelmed by
is.
whatever that threatening situation is.
Yes. Okay. So now, is stress, if our body reacts naturally to stress, is it a bad thing? Is stress a bad thing then?
Stress in itself isn't a bad thing because, like I said, any event that you find demanding, your body responds to it as stress. And sometimes you find that if you have a demanding event, it makes you perform better. You rise up to the occasion, so to speak. So it can make you perform in ways that you didn't even know you were capable of. You can achieve things that ordinarily you would think, I can't do this. So that's the positive aspect of it. But the negative aspect of it is where it now makes you shut down or gets your system producing these hormones that can have negative effects on your body.
Okay. So let me throw this to you, Nikki. Is stress a problem for us in Africa? Nikki takes a big sigh.
Well, life is full of frustrations and challenges and demands, and there's Africa is one continent where we're faced with ongoing challenges and such as poor infrastructure, lack of health care. So and it's ongoing in Nigeria. There's no social net, there's no social program. So stress in Africa is quite high.
Okay. So do you think that as a group, Africans deal well with stress? What are some of the unhealthy ways that we deal with stress, for example?
Some of the unhealthy ways that we deal with stress. First of all, it's always important that we know, because from the video, some people see stress as being tired and not necessarily as having to deal with the challenges that are facing them without gaps.
Yes.
Because then it becomes a problem, because sometimes it's one thing after the other. If it's not financial, it's their children, or, they're dealing with it ongoing. So, at that point, with that in mind, they tend to abuse substance like alcohol. They drink a lot. You find in Africa the what they call the beer parlors are full. So they're drinking a lot or they're eating a lot.
Yeah.
Comfort eating.
Yeah.
So they just give me the food. It makes me feel better.
Okay.
Or they have outbursts. They're always fighting with people at work, or they're even fighting, at home with their spouse, with their children. So that's the negative ways of dealing with the stress.
Okay. So how can you tell, Dr. Chika, if you are dealing with stress the wrong way? What kind of symptoms and things do we have that is a clue to us that you're not handling this stress properly?